Let's talk about Eden Hazard, shall we?
What a player.
Retired at the age of 32. I've got some stats here. Let me just read some stats out for you. Because we know he's a fantastic player, right? Mm-hmm. At Chelsea, he had 352 appearances, 110 goals, 92 assists.
Yeah.
That in itself is unbelievable. Premier League times 2, FA Cup times 1, League Cup, Europa League times 2. He was the Chelsea Player of the Year in 2014, 15, 17 and 19. The PFA Player in 2015, the Premier League Player of the Season in 2015, the Football Writers Player of the Year in 2015 as well. The list goes on and on and on. Firstly, are you surprised? It's worked out because he's played so many games from being a teenager all the way up to 32. It worked out on average at 65 games a season. Is that too many? Quite often we hear about Premier League players and managers saying, too many games, fixture pile up and so on. Is this now proof that it is going to affect and it is going to maybe stop the careers of so many excellent players?
Do you know what it is?
Way too early?
I think because I think it happens when you're a high-profile player and a player of real quality, which Eden Hazard is. There's a real heavily reliance on him to play a lot of games. You look at the guys like Messi and Ronaldo. These guys are playing hundreds of games. You know what I mean? Like, because they're so heavily reliant, they very rarely get a rest. So it's one of them where I think the better player you are, the more games you ultimately end up playing. But he has been. I'm sad that it's not worked for him for Real Madrid, because at that time I thought he was, if not the best, one of the best players on the planet. Actually not the best, because Messi and Ronaldo were still kicking about, but he was certainly in that top bracket. He is absolutely phenomenal. He used to go past people. There was always an argument in their prime who was better, Bale or Hazard. Even now I don't know what the answer is, because they're both...
You're right. I don't know what the answer is.
They're both incredible. But Eden Hazard, yeah, he's a Premier League legend. He's one of the best players we've ever seen in this country. I'm not saying he's the best, because you know who I think's the best, but he's up there with the best.
Where does he rank amongst Chelsea's best players? Because the problem you've got as a Chelsea fan is they've had so many great players throughout that time period, just before Hazard, actually, when you had Ashley Cole, you had Petr Cech, you had JT, you had Lampard, you had Drogba, the list goes on and on.
You know what? I had a conversation with my dad, who obviously you know is a massive Chelsea fan, season ticket.
What's his dad's name? Give him a shout out.
Mervyn Bent. Shout
Merv.
out.
Is he Merv?
Yeah. Shout out Pops.
The Mervster.
Yeah.
Is he listening?
Probably.
Right. Which one? Probably.
No, probably will be listening.
Should be listening.
He will be.
Right.
So I asked him who's his best five, because he's been watching Chelsea from way back in the day.
Yeah.
And his five were...
Got 5-1, yeah? He's put me in order.
No, he just sent me the five.
Okay. Why didn't he put me Lazy Merv?
No, because I didn't ask him to put it in order. He said, give me the five.
Okay.
Lampard's in there. Charlie Cook. So that's before me. Charlie Cook. That's before me.
He's put Cookie in?
Yeah. Zola. Hazard.
Okay.
Drogba. That's his five, and that's the best.
So there's no Petr Cech?
Nope.
There's no JT?
No.
No Ashley Cole?
He said to me, if he was picking a Chelsea 11, Cech and JT would 100% be in it. Ashley Cole would be in it. But if you're picking the five best players, Drogba...
I don't know what the difference is.
Well, if you're 11, it's a team.
Oh, right, I see, okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So you can't pick more than one player in one position.
Exactly. But for his five best he's seen, he's got
he
Drogba.
Does things topsy-turvy, young Merv, doesn't he?
He doesn't. Drogba, Hazard, Zola, Charlie Cook, Lampard. And he wanted to give a special mention to...
Cook? How old was Charlie Cook?
I don't know. A special mention to Alan Hudson.
Oh, right, yeah, Hudson, yeah.
Loved him. That's his favourite ever player for Chelsea.
Are you sure Charlie Cook's real? He's not winding you up. He's just chucked that in.
He's put Charlie Cook.
I'll embarrass my son on radio.
Yeah, Charlie Cook. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know anything about Charlie Cook?
No.
All right, we'll find out about Charlie Cook.
All right.
So where do you think he ranks then? That's Mervyn Bent's view.
Yeah.
What's your view?
I
tell you, here's my question, right? A lot of Chelsea fans will say JT will be at the top of that list, right? Because of the fact.
I don't think they put him at the top.
Okay, he'd be in the conversation.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
He has to be.
Because he was the captain, he was the leader, etc. Right? And a very, very, very good centre half.
Yeah.
But I think when you're looking at great players, you have to strip things like that away, and you're just talking about ability. If he was a great leader, right? Unbelievable, worth his weight in gold. But I'm talking about as a player, Hazard's better than JT, right?
Yeah, of course. But I think longevity has to come into it. And I don't think you stay at a side like Chelsea.
He was there 7 years.
No, I'm talking about JT.
Yeah.
I don't think you stay at a side like Chelsea, captain them for so long. I think he's a record defender when it comes to goals. I don't think you captain a side for that long who are at the top end of the Premier League, battling for all fronts if you're not a top quality player.
No, I agree with you.
Top quality player.
I agree with you.
And you think about the players he's had in and around him as well. He's always been quite consistent. He's had Gary Cahill next to him. He's had Carvalho next to him. He's had Desai, that's where he learnt from. Yeah. He's had Alex next to him.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
He's always been the constant. So, listen, if someone had put him in their top five, you'd have no arguments from me.
Do you think that Drogba's going to come out top of a lot of Chelsea fans' lists?
Because you think about what the trophies that he won them.
And he was a big game player. He scored in every final.
Every final.
Yeah.
But if you were asking me, in my kind of era, who their top 5 would be, it'd always be Drogba would be there. Lampard, I mean, to score 170 Premier League goals from
As
the
a
centre midfield
midfielder
is absurd.
Yeah, it is.
So you'd go Drogba, Lampard, JT, Check,
Cole.
and Ashley Cole maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Ashley Cole, it's weird, isn't it? We feel a bit
And
uncomfortable.
What about Kante?
Oh, yeah, wow.
Makaleli? Essien?
Yeah.
No, Essien's got to be in there.
What, above Makaleli?
I don't know, actually.
No, Claude Makaleli had a role named after him.
Essien was
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
What about before that, Desai? Petit?
Yeah, but Petit came...
After we finished him off.
I wouldn't put Petit in the list of great
No,
Chelsea
but Desai
players.
could be in the shout. With the shout.
Yeah, but I think they're level 2. They're tier 2.
Mine would be Drogba, Hazard, Hazard, Lampard, Terry, Check.
What about all-time Premier League players? Is Hazard in that conversation? Is he in the top 10 list of all-time Premier League players?
Oh, for ability, I'd put him in there, yeah.
You would?
Yeah, and 7 years is a good stint. So
Yeah.
It's not like he's just been here for a bit.
Can I ask you a question about him? Right, he's got good glutes.
Yeah.
He's got a nice bum, doesn't he, Eden Hazard, right? And there's other players with like a low centre of gravity, shall we say, with good glutes. That must count for something. Are you aware of that as a footballer?
Yeah, of course.
Like Maradona, again, another prime example.
Strong glutes, power. That's where all your power comes from, your
Yeah.
glutes. And obviously, he's got that low sense of gravity, so he's powerful, he can turn, you can't shrug him off the ball. Yeah, of course. A lot of, certainly shorter players have strong glutes because that's where all your power comes from. Power in your hamstrings.
I'm not comparing him to Maradona, but Maradona had a similar, smaller frame.
Same ability, I'd probably say. No joke. You know, you looked at me.
So we both say that Eden Hazard's in the top 10 Premier League players of all time?
I would put
It's
him
a
in there.
difficult list because there's so many players to put in there.
Someone's put it, Iron Robin. I forgot about how good he was.
Yeah.
He used to tear him.
Gianfranco Zola's in the list as well.
Yeah,
We're talking
he's in
about
my
Premier
dad's.
League, by the way.
Yeah.
Because your dad's... Who's the cookie? Norman
Charlie Cook.
That's it, Charlie Cook, yeah.
Chelsea fans must be able to ring up and tell us about
I'll
Charlie
tell you
Cook.
about Charlie Cook when we come back.
Talk Sport Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM.
I'm sure you're aware, of course, Eden Hazard has decided to call it a day, age 32. How much of a great... You would have been on the pitch with him, I'm sure, quite a few times. What was he like to play, not alongside, but, you know, up against? And what was it like to see such a wonderful player who's so gracious on the ball as well? What was it like to be on the same field as someone like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a shame, isn't it, to think that, you know, he's gone to Real Madrid. You thought when he went to Real Madrid, that would be like sort of the next part of the making of it, Eden Hazard, and it hasn't really happened because of injury, and I think probably off the pitch lifestyle probably hasn't helped as well. So, you know, because when you think about it, when he's come back from them injuries, he's been probably a bit overweight. He's not looked like the Eden Hazard that we had at Chelsea. But what I will say is when he was playing, you know, that low sense of gravity, he had the strength in his legs. You know, he was really, you know, thick-setted. You know, his legs and everything else. So that's why he could like sort of ride tackles, take people on, and you know that's where that sort of one of the best goals.
I think what you're saying
you know?
is he had a great arse, didn't he, Kev?
Yeah. Yeah, I was very impressed with it.
No, but we were talking about players with so much skill that had like great arses. Like, for argument's sake, like him, like Jack Wilshere. I'm not connecting them all, but like Maradona. Yeah. There's a lot of players that had a low centre of gravity and quite big glutes.
Yeah. And the thighs and everything else, because they've got to be, and you know the way they take the knocks, they've got to be able to get the balance back, and the way he used to do it. And you know, he you know, some of the best years in the Premier League history, he's been, you know, a part of, and some of the best goals. And it's sad that at 32 he's decided to bow out. If I'm in all honesty, because I believe that someone of his calibre of play could play at the top level for, you know, plenty more years. And look, it's a shame, but he's decided it, and we've all got to accept it. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get a sort of little bit of a reverse on that in the next 6 months to a year.
What, you think he won't actually retire? Why do you say that?
Well, I just think
is he going West Ham?
Wait, is that
are you getting Harry Maguire and Eden Hazard? Bit of breaking news, eh?
Well, I just think that he's like, you know, I think at 32, he's just put out there that he's retired. And how many times? Remember when like Scholes, he done it, and then like he got a phone call from Sir Alex, and it was like, oh yeah, I will come back. I don't know. I think something like that could happen with Eden Hazard, because someone's probably willing to give him the opportunity to go, come in and play for us for 6 months, and
would you have
if he's fit and ready to go. I'd have the Eden Hazard of Chelsea at West Ham, definitely, yeah. And I'm sure if he wanted to come and trial, would be willing to. Well, I'd certainly would be. I don't know about the gaffer, but I'd certainly want to. I'd certainly want to try him anyway. Trial him.
Yeah, I mean, he is phenomenal. Kev, I want to talk to you about Newcastle. Listen, they're flying this season. Obviously, you saw them first hand at the weekend, 2-2, good result. But I've got to talk to you about that.
And let's talk about Eden Hazard as well, because he's of course retired, which is brilliant, and his accolades are absolutely incredible. But before we go any further, remember the young ball boy who he kicked during the FA Cup game? His name's Charlie Morgan. Now, his dad is a little bit rich, but he's gone on to have a really successful vodka business. It's believed to be estimated worth at £40 million.
Yeah, I read that.
So he's done well for himself.
Brilliant.
That was quite a funny story. I watched back that clip. I mean, it was just crazy. He did that, and the ball boy's well lying on the ball. Anyway, he's gone on to be successful.
Well, there's some famous ball boys. Keith Della, world champion dart, Ipswich ball boy.
Oh, didn't know that at all. Very good. Let's talk about a little game we're going to play. I need you to take yourselves back in time. Ali, you're manager of Rangers.
Right.
Alan, you're manager of Witham Town again. You get your choice of players in their prime to
It's a
sign
good game,
for
that,
your
man.
club. Yeah, no.
The what?
You get the
Very good.
Get the choice
Very
of
good.
players to sign for your club in their prime. Let's play Would You Rather.
Would you rather?
Ability, natural talent, is Hazard every day of the week.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I don't think you can argue with that. Natural.
I disagree, mate. I disagree. David Beckham, as John says, produced every game, every week, big moments for consistency, season after season after season.
Yeah, but
Talking about talent, all right, you're right. He's a talented footballer, Hazard. He could do things out of the ordinary. Well, so could David Beckham.
No, I don't think
David Beckham, put one in the top corner from 35
So
yards.
could Hazard.
It's a good debate. You know, Jason Cundy's a massive Chelsea fan, and he had the Chelsea bias.
I know I don't know what you think, Ali, but I'll go first. I know if you're talking about sheer ability, as in running with the ball, dribbling and stuff like that, it's got to be Hazard
Agreed.
all day long.
Yeah.
But Beckham passes a fantastic ball, great vision as well. But it's hard to compare them because they're totally different players.
Do you know something now? Here's one for you, right? It's an interesting one. I agree with everything you've said there. Natural talent, you've got to go for Hazard. But I think I'd probably rather play with Beckham from a selfish point of view as a centre forward. What about you?
Always running.
Oh, no. From a centre forward point of view,
Yes.
because if he gets half a yard, he's putting it in.
100%. 100%.
And the next one, Shaban.
Okay, would you rather Eden Hazard or Gareth Bale?
Oof.
Oh, that's got your wee
Bale.
thinking tickers on.
Sorry, I've got to go for Bale.
Really?
Aye, I'm going for Bale. And by the way,
Well, you look at some of the goals he scored for
Hazard
Wales.
has probably got more natural talent than Bale as well. Maybe, will you agree with that?
Yes, I would. Bale was, you're right. It's, again, if you're centre forward,
yes,
you'd probably want Bale supplying you, not Hazard.
Well, Hazard, 85 goals, 54 assists in 245 games. Gareth Bale, 54 goals and 32 assists in 166 games. Both very, very special players. Eden Hazard or Mo Salah in your team?
Oh,
That's a
again,
good one.
Salah. Was it two premiers that Hazard won?
Yeah.
It is a good one.
Salah.
It is a good one.
Is it?
Well, I was going to say Salah, but
I'm going Salah. And I love Hazard, but I'm just scared he's chucking it too early. But I'm going Salah. Salah's been fantastic.
Yeah, I think what's taking the shine away from Hazard is at 32. We haven't seen him for a few years. And I remember Josie telling me, he's lazy, Alan. He's lazy.
We've heard this a
Doesn't
lot.
want to get fit. He's lazy. Because, he came back pre-season and we're all going, who's that? Is that his older brother?
I know.
Jeez, oh dear. So it probably would be Salah, yeah. But I don't want to slag this guy off because he was some player.
They're putting him in a position.
It's who would you rather, guys? You don't have to be right or wrong on this. It's who you would rather. Okay, Eden Hazard or Robert Pires? It's too difficult.
Hazard.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, listen, you talked to Ray Parler about Perez and
Said he was brilliant.
Oh yeah, but I'd go Hazard.
63 goals in 198 games, 42 assists for Robert Pires as well. This is a good one. Eden Hazard or Raheem Sterling?
Hazard.
Hazard. Aye.
Do you want to know Sterling's
Yeah, give us the stats.
118 goals, 81 assists
Oh,
in
that's not bad.
356 games.
118 goals.
356 games that was.
That is brilliant.
And by the way, he's playing really well at the moment.
100 more than
He's
Hazard.
playing from. He's back to his old self now. I mean, I've seen him 2 or 3 times this year on a different class, I've got to say. But Shaban, I don't know. What's the word I'm looking? I nearly said I feel a little bit cheated. Cheated's not the right word. But I just wanted to see more from Hazard.
Frustrated?
Aye, frustrated and disappointed. Because you and I, Alan, have just spoke about his talent. And I remember going to the bridge, and I don't think I've seen, honest to God, anybody receive the ball and have that first 5 yard burst. The acceleration, the wee dip of the shoulder, the feint to go one way. It was absolutely magnificent. But I don't know. I just wanted to see it more. I disappointed. I don't know what was injury.
Frustrated. You're frustrated, Alice.
Thank you very much, Alan.
Talk Sport Breakfast.